So the other day we installed coilovers on Katie's car, and if you remember in the video, we kind of finished up late at night and we didn't really get a chance to do the final adjustments. The front is already pretty low, as you can see here, but the rear we still want to go lower. I talked to her about it. She said she wants it slammed. She's at work right now, so I'm going to work on this today, see how low we can get this thing without rubbering or having any like clearance issues. The back is pretty much set at the factory height of the coilovers, like the way that they came out of the box. So I know that these can go down at least 2 inches. So I'm going to start with this. So the way that the height adjustment works for these coilovers is if you look at the very bottom, you'll see a collar with teeth on it, and that's the adjustment for the ride height. So what you're gonna do is take your handy dandy coilover tool, that will go onto the teeth, you can loosen it and then adjust the ride height from there. Alright, so maybe I'm doing something wrong and you guys can let me know in the comments, but I was under the impression that after I loosen this collar that I should just be able to twist this whole thing and it would just screw down to lower the car, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Again, you guys can leave a comment and let me know, but what I did is I took the 2 top nuts out and I'm actually just going to take this whole thing out of the car, adjust it, and then just put it back in from there. Alright, so I did get the coilover out of the car. It's kind of a pain because this bottom part likes to stick in there. So anyway, like I was saying, to adjust it, you're just going to rotate it like that, and you can see how it's like screwing itself in. And that basically lowers the height of the entire coilover. And then once I've got the height adjusted to where I want it, I'm going to take a really careful measurement. That way when I do the other side, it'll be exactly the same height. Alright, so the trickiest part of this whole thing is that there's 3 different bolts that go through here, and you kind of have to line all of them up at the same time. It's really a pain, but what I did is I put a jack underneath the control arm here, and then I would slowly raise it up. I'd use this screwdriver to line up the holes, get the bolt through, and then make sure that there was enough room to get the next one in. So that's kind of the challenging part about this, and that's why it sucks that I couldn't just, spin it like I saw in some other videos or in some other DIYs. That would make it so much easier than trying to take the entire thing out of the car. But now that I got this in, I'm going to tighten everything up to torque specs, and then I'll go ahead and start on the other side. So you want to know what's amazing is that first I just want to say that this job is way easier if you have a second person, because one person can like push up on the control arm and the other person can put the bolts through. But the other side legitimately took 3 hours because I'm just doing this by myself, and it's not easy to do like a one-person job. But then when I came over to this side, I did this in about 25 minutes. So that's just the difference of like after you've done it a couple times, I guess, you're going to figure out how to line this stuff up properly. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just reassembling this side, and we should be good. So I just finished up the rear, and I think I'm actually going to leave the front alone for right now. It's already pretty low. We actually lowered the front during the installation, so that's kind of at the height that we want it. I'll give you some glamour shots right now so you can see like the different angles and see how the car looks as a whole, but I think it looks really good. I think if you were to go any lower than this, then you start to run into some clearance issues. You have to worry about speed bumps and curbs and things like that. And I just want this car to be fun for us to drive. We don't want to have to worry every time that we drive it whether we're going to scrape on something. So I think we're just going to leave the height as it is right now.